The other thing that I have is our annual performance report that comes out. I know both school divisions, we all came out at the same time with it, so I can just quickly go over this. You know, it's pretty good, except in one area, our non-traditional, which we're always going to struggle with, that we have. But if you look at the first page there with the academic attainment, you know, that is not an area to where, you know, because it talks about English and math and so forth, so we're not held accountable for that, so that's not applicable. The next page, where at the top it says the 2S1, you can see here all of the CTE completers, and at the bottom is special populations performance, and you can see our percentages that we have in those categories. We are up in each of the categories from where we were last year as we go down through the page. So our test takers completing, passing credentialing tests, and so forth in their competency rate. We're up on all of those. Anybody see anything in there? You have questions about anything on that page? All right, the next page, it starts 3S1 at the top. This is secondary school completion, which again, we're not, you know, it's not applicable for us. And the graduation rate, I always wonder that one too, because if the one above it's not applicable, how is a regional center responsible for graduation rate too, except us providing and kids passing our courses to go towards their graduation? Because as you can see in 2016-17, you know, we were below it, and I know I had to do a process there for improvement because of that, but we don't control who does or doesn't graduate with a standard or advanced studies diploma. Baccalaureate doesn't matter for our divisions. So I did go back that year, and I knew exactly which students were counted and what the issue was, but yeah, that's something that we don't have control. But we fall in line just with your kids graduating. We were above where we were last year, and we've met that standard. Secondary placement, the next one down is 97%, so that one is just a little lower than where we were last year on that one. But still, this means students that are getting out, either going for further education, going to the workforce, going to the military, they're out doing something. So when we call these students in the spring, which I'm sure we're going to start getting this information again soon, because it's about that time. April is usually when we got the information to start calling students to do the one-year check. So we'll be doing that again. So at the time we called, 66 out of 68 of the students that we contacted had been employed or college or something. And you know, depending on when that is, maybe they were getting ready to start a job 2 weeks later, or they had a job earlier and then don't have it now. So it just depends on all that. And then the special populations, you can see there was 94.87%. Any questions on that page? And we talked about special populations, and what that means is individuals with disabilities or individuals from economically disadvantaged families, individuals preparing for non-traditional fields. So there's a list, it's, you know, of different students, single parents, including single pregnant women, out of workforce individuals, which I don't really know how that fits in with us. English learners, so someone with an English second language, homeless individuals, you know, so there's a wide range of different ones that make up that category. All right, on the next page where it starts with the 5S1, program completed response rate, this is the response we get when we call the students. And I always tell the teachers, I want to get to 90%, it would be great to have 100%, but some students, we just can't get a hold of. Some of them move out of state and they fall off the face of the earth. Any contact number we have in our system is no longer the same. So, you know, we try to get to that 90, and we did get back up to 90%. So we reached 68 out of 75 of the students that were listed as our completers. Now, we had more completers than that, but some of them were completers at the home high school and us. So some of them were counted by either Covington or Allegheny High School, or others were counted by JRTC as far as completers go. And then the last section there, the non-traditional, preparation is always going to be a difficulty for us. Culinary arts is usually our savior because we have more females, which they're considered non-traditional than the males. You know, we just don't have enough classes that non-traditional students would hit a lot harder, besides culinary. So that's always going to be a difficult one to achieve, but we did achieve the completers portion of it, where we had 18 out of 62 our completers were considered non-traditional. All right. So then the last page is just a big telling thing. It just puts it all together where it shows whether it was not applicable or it was met or was not met. So the not met thing apart is where we just continue to try to entice and talk to students when they come to visit us. We talk about the different things non-traditional students can do. We'll let them know. I know we talked to several of them, like, with automotive. We've said to students coming in, our females have been the most attentive, in this program. Or welding. We had someone that went to nationals last year with a female welder, and we have these females that are doing great things in the male-dominant classes, and we've had males doing great things in the female-dominated classes. We just don't have the number of them that we have. But we do push it, we do talk to them, but my key, the main thing we want is students being in the classes they want. Whether they're non-traditional or not, we want them to be where they want to be for their futures. That's the key. Anybody have any questions on anything that has to do with our annual performance report?